After the Christmas feeding frenzy, most of us start the new year with good intentions, getting healthy and going on a diet. The Food Unwrapped team have set out to unzip the world of weight loss and investigate a few so-called quick fixes.
Yeah, I knew it!
And reveal some top tips.
What is this secret ingredient?
On tonight's show, I find out if green tea really can boost our metabolism and help us lose weight.
Bob, can I see yours? I've shown you mine.
I find out about the power of beetroot. Is this down to beetroot?
No.
It's a lot of chicken, we don't need him.
And I find out if a liquid lunch will keep us fuller for longer.
Does it get more scientific than this?
I get to grips with gluten.
That is the sound of the jungle.
And I go on an epic expedition to the Amazon rainforest in pursuit of the energy in our energy drinks.
Oh, that is so bitter.
Do you want to try some?
Nah.
First, diet pills. Sales of slimming supplements are booming, up 74% in the last 2 years. And now diet pills containing green tea extract are all the rage. Now, could green tea be an easy and natural way to lose weight? Well, the great British public love their tea, so who better to ask? How do you think green tea helps you lose weight?
The caffeine in it maybe suppresses your appetite a bit.
Should you guys like some green tea?
What would you rather do? Go to the gym or take this small little green tea diet pill?
I'll take the pill.
Green tea? Because it says on the back of these, it burns fat. How does tea burn fat?
Speed up your metabolism, maybe, or something?
Green tea?
Oh, I'd love to, mate. So how would a little pill like this help you burn fat, then?
I have no idea.
Got to ask these guys. It's the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So you'll take these to help you lose weight?
Yeah, we will.
It helps?
Lose my fat belly.
What is it about green tea that helps you lose weight?
I don't actually know the reason. I just heard it and I believe it, so...
These diet pills claim, with the help of green tea, they can speed up our metabolic rate. I've got to find out more about these magic leaves. I'm right in the depths of the Cornish countryside, heading for the Tregothan Tea Estate.
Must be the right place. Tropical bananas.
I'm here to meet Sam Roberts, tea expert and connoisseur.
Hi there.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. So are you ready to see the only tea grown in England?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Wow. There we are. Look, is this it?
This is it. This is a Camellia sinensis.
Camellia sinensis.
Yes. So this is tea.
Wow, it's incredible. So tell me, green bush, green tea, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, Jimmy, black tea and green tea come from the same plant. They're processed differently.
So if green tea does have magic weight loss properties, could it be because of the way it's produced?
So what is the difference then in the process when it comes to green tea and then black tea?
Well, black tea goes through a longer oxidising process. We've got a couple of examples. These apples, avocados, they're turning brown because they're being exposed to the elements. The same happens with black tea. And the longer it's oxidised for, the darker leaf you get. With green tea, we almost eliminate this process. We replace it with steaming.
Oxidisation breaks down the chemicals in the tea leaves and produces the dark colour and rich taste of black tea. By steaming the leaves instead, the chemical makeup of green tea is preserved.
So the green tea retains its lovely colour and also, what, retains its goodness?
Supposedly so, yeah.
So is that why you see green tea in lots of these diet pills rather than black tea?
I mean, I'm no scientist, but some research actually suggests that there's a compound in green tea that speeds up your metabolism.
So there's possibly something in here that could help me lose weight, get a bit thinner.
Absolutely.
That sounds good. The diet industry is always talking about metabolism. But I want to know more about it. So I'm meeting scientist Phil McTurnan, who's been studying metabolism for years.
You must be Phil, right? I'm Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Nice to meet you. Then what is going on?
Well, actually, what we're doing here is we're measuring people's resting metabolic rates and the factors that affect their metabolism.
So tell me, what is metabolism then?
In the simplest terms, we can consider those processes and functions that go on in a cell in order for that cell to survive and thrive.
So metabolism is your body converting food, drink and oxygen into energy. And it's happening in every cell in your body all the time. Our bodies burn a certain amount of calories, even when we're doing nothing. This is known as resting metabolic rate.
13. OK, that's great.
And Phil's going to measure mine.
Right, so now we're going to measure how much CO2 you produce and how much oxygen you've consumed. And this will allow us to determine your resting metabolic rate. And that will allow us to determine how many calories in a day your body should have at rest.
Phil has gathered together volunteers of all shapes and sizes who all want to know whether their metabolisms are high or low.
The whole thing with metabolism is quite confusing. So you hear it bandied around all the time. People go, oh, I can eat whatever I want, I don't put on weight because I've got a really fast metabolism. I don't understand.
I think I've got quite a low metabolism.
Why do you think you might have a low metabolism then?
Because I don't lose weight very easily and I tend to put on weight quite easily.
OK, well, what about me? Do you think I've got a big one or a small one, metabolism?
See, I think you've got a big one.
Later, we find out our resting metabolic rates. And I get to see if mine's bigger than Bob's.
Bob, can I see yours? I've shown you mine.
Next, energy drinks. My New Year's resolution, to work out with a little extra spring in my step. The use of energy drinks to maximise exercise is widespread, but their ingredients are a mystery to me.
I've got a quick question about energy drinks. I can see all those ingredients, ginseng, the B vitamins, the guarana. Which is it that's giving me energy?
I think it would be the caffeine that gives you the energy.
Really? Just the caffeine on its own?
I would think so.
Formulated to support those who are committed to chasing down their goals with passion and energy.
That's me.
Did you ever jumped up a tree like a panther after drinking an energy drink?
Because I feel energised right now. And I've had just half a can.
You ever felt like it, though? Like...
What about this guarana? What on earth is that? Never heard of that before.
Good question. This guarana stuff pops up in almost all of the ones we looked at. So it's a 12-hour flight to the Amazonian rainforest.
Hello, Sao Paulo. Flight number 1 done. Just another 2 to go. It's down there. It's the Amazon. So this is it. It's so green here. Even the little airport's green. Have a little look at that. And it is really, really hot.
For the next leg of our expedition, we take to the Amazon River.
Just loading up the boat with our supplies for 3 days. Oh, nice move.
We're heading 50 miles up the Amazon River into the heart of the rainforest in our search for guarana.
So that over there, that's really our first glimpse of primary rainforest.
Halfway there, we stop to set up base camp.
This is home. Look at this. This is bed for the next couple of nights. In a hammock, under a mosquito net. And listen to that. That is the sound of the jungle.
Next morning, and this is what I've been waiting for. I'm on my way to meet an indigenous tribe called the Satare Mawe, who have been growing and drinking guarana for centuries.
I think we're nearing the tribe now.
There are 4 families in this settlement. It's just one of over 100 tiny communities scattered around the rainforest.
You need one of those, okay.
Farmer Leons is headed out to harvest his guarana and has agreed to let us tag along.
We're travelling deeper and deeper into the rainforest. It's just magical.
At last, after 3 days of travel and nearly 8,000 miles...
Guarana, this is it.
I come face to face with this extraordinary fruit.
I've never seen anything like it. Beautiful, just looks like eyes looking at you. Which is the actual guarana? So that's the bit you want?
Tá bom, então esse aqui ainda não pronto. Esse aqui a gente coloca ainda dentro da água.
Can I eat it raw? So can I just have a little nibble of this now? Like, oh, that is so bitter. Do you want to try some?
Não.
No. No? Right, so should we harvest? So is this tree ready to harvest?
Tá pronto.
Oh! Ah!
The Satare Mawe people believe the fruit bears the eyes of their ancestors and it's deeply rooted in their culture. They pick a small amount of wild guarana for their own use, but elsewhere in the region the plant is commercially grown for the energy drinks market.
Ready? Let's go. Okay.
Back at the village, the guarana seeds are toasted and crushed before then being smoked to preserve them. The finished product is used in a daily sacred ritual.
So this is 100% guarana. What would happen if could I eat the whole thing?
Only the women of the tribe can prepare the drink.
Oh, in circles. This is not like nipping into your local corner shop and grabbing a can of energy drink off the shelf. It's almost got a taste of tobacco.
The guarana drink is passed around everyone in the tribe.
So when do you drink this?
It's all right.
So why are energy drinks manufacturers so interested in this obscure South American berry? My guide Sergio fills me in.
Segundo os estudiosos que estudam o guaraná, nós temos o fósforo, nós temos o potássio e a mais forte de todas é a cafeína, né? Que garante você ter maior energia, mais assim disponibilidade para você trabalhar.
So guarana contains caffeine. So that's the secret.
It turns out that guarana contains double the caffeine of a coffee bean.
For you guys, you know, it's a real it's a spiritual, communal experience, but chemically, you have got a bit of caffeine in there.
I'm trying to find out if the claims about green tea and diet pills are true.
Some research actually suggests that there's something in green tea, a compound in green tea, that speeds up your metabolism.
I wanted to find out more, so me and this gang are in the trusty hands of metabolism expert Phil McTurnan.
We've got now your readings for your resting metabolic rate. What I'd like you to do is actually just think of where you think you should be as a group. Down here, slow metabolic rate people, and up here, fast metabolic rate people.
Your resting metabolic rate is the number of calories your body burns doing absolutely nothing.
OK, so I want to just ask you, why do you think you have the highest metabolic rate out of everybody here?
I eat tons and tons, but don't put anything on.
I'm going to sort of play it safe. I do like the look of Bob, so I'm going to stand next to Bob.
Right, so you think you're probably in the middle?
Can I be with you, Bob?
You come and join me, Phil.
Cheers.
And now, the moment of truth.
So 1,700 calories for me, just when I'm resting.
Just when you're resting?
That's 1,700 calories a day.
I want to see Bob's.
Yeah.
Bob, can I see yours? I've shown you mine, now I want to see yours.
And there are surprises all round. Almost all of us are in the wrong place along the line.
There's no way I would have thought that I'd have to eat that much just to get through a day without doing any exercise or anything at all.
I'm extremely shocked, really, because I thought if you had more weight, then it would be a lot lower.
No, in actual fact, it's completely the opposite. The more weight you have, then the higher your resting metabolic rate will be.
So it looks like our idea of metabolism is the wrong way round. The bigger you are, the bigger your resting metabolism. And that's because a larger body needs more calories to keep going, even when you're doing nothing.
So, Phil, look, am I stuck with my number or can I change it?
It is difficult to change it, but there are ways that we can. Increasing your muscle mass is one way. Another way is actually being exposed to the cold can increase your resting metabolic rate.
And you can't get much colder than a dip at this time of year.
Way.
All the muscles that they'll be using for this swimming will really raise that resting metabolic rate.
All good.
The bad news is you'd have to do this regularly to get any lasting effect.
The young lady that's got the very high metabolic rate and she can't lose weight, what is the big crux of the problem there, then?
Well, although she's got a resting metabolic rate that's very high, she's actually eating too many calories in a day.
She's got to cut her calorie intake down.
She does have to cut it, because exercise will only help a little bit. You have to reduce those calories as well.
So if it's that hard to change your metabolism, how does the green tea and some diet pills work? I'm meeting Dr. Emma Williams from the British Nutrition Foundation.
I love a cup of tea.
Do you like a cup of green tea?
Yes, please. Now, it seems to me that green tea is everywhere. It's in lots of diet pills. And I know that it's meant to boost your metabolism. So how does green tea affect it?
The leaves of the tea contain a group of polyphenols called catechins. And it is the catechins that are thought to break down fat and help in weight loss.
So green tea really does help you burn more calories.
There are a lot of papers published within the area. The evidence is conflicting, it's mixed, it's positive, it's negative results. The gold standard study, a Cochrane systematic review, has shown that green tea extract does not contribute to weight loss. It shows a little bit of weight loss, but it's not significant or clinically relevant. Over a 12-week period, the weight loss is around 0.04 kilograms, so it's actually quite minimal weight loss.
It is, it's hardly anything. Because I'd sit down, drink the green tea, thinking, oh, I'm going to lose a little bit of weight, and eat the cake and put it back on again.
By drinking 4 to 5 cups of green tea a day for 3 months, you could lose a few ounces. But even that is debatable.
If you are a diet pill manufacturer, you can pick and choose the studies you want to demonstrate that green tea will help you lose weight.
People should realise that these diet pills, the doses that are available on the market are quite high, so they can be as extreme as 15 cups of tea per day.
15 cups of tea a day? I mean, I drink a lot of tea, right? I'm a tea lover. But that is a lot of caffeine, isn't it?
Exactly. And not only that, it's a lot of money that you're spending, and it's also not doing what it says on the label.
So there's no quick fix then?
No, not at all.
Well, I'd probably stick with a cup of tea.
Me too.
With a bit of cake.
Minus the cake.
In the UK, soup sales are booming as more people choose a liquid lunch in a bid to lose weight. But can soup really keep you full enough for long enough to ward off the dreaded desire to snack?
Some soups on the can say things like, this is a filling soup. I mean, are some soups more filling than others?
What makes it really filling? Is it all the extra stuff they put in?
If you actually got some chicken and some pasta, it would keep you fuller for longer. And to be honest, you'd probably be more successful if you are trying to lose weight doing it like that than you would having soup.
Cheers, bye.
I'm still not sold on the virtues of eating soup, so I'm going to quiz nutrition scientist Bridget Benelum.
Hello.
Hi, Matt.
Hello,
Nice
Bridget.
to meet you.
Bridget's taking me to one of those new soup cafes to explain why choosing soup might be a key ingredient in the recipe for dieting success.
See, I always associate diets with being constantly hungry.
Hunger is a massive barrier to losing weight, and we know that we need to help people avoid feeling hungry and help them to feel fuller. And soups like these are just the kind of things that can help people feel fuller for longer. Soups have a secret ingredient, which I can show you a bit more about now.
To reveal this secret ingredient, Bridget's roped me into making soup with head chef Gus. And so far, the ingredients are all pretty standard.
Okay, and now is the time for the secret ingredient.
And what is this secret ingredient?
Water.
Yep, that's the secret ingredient.
Why is that a secret ingredient? I mean, all soups got
It sounds
water.
really obvious. Of course it has, and it's got loads of water. Most soups are kind of 90–95% water.
Right.
But it really is the water providing that bulk that gives soup that feeling of fullness after you eat it. Water is heavy, it adds weight, but it doesn't add any calories. So it's effectively diluting down all the calories that are in the soup, meaning that it has a low energy density.
Energy density is the number of calories per gram of food. 2 chocolate digestives is a high energy dense snack, but a tin of tomato soup has about the same calories. However, you're more likely to feel full on the bowl of soup. Bridget's going to show us what a difference that makes to the food you could eat in a day.
So how many calories would you estimate was in this lot here?
2,000.
So that we've
Love
then
this.
got another selection of foods here.
Okay, this is quite considerable difference in amount.
Yeah, a lot more food. So what do you think about the calories here?
Probably 1,000 less.
Well, actually, these two selections of foods have about the same calories. So they're both about 1,500 calories, and that's about the level you'd be looking at if you were on a weight loss diet.
This is the same, so it's exactly the same in this than there is in that?
Yeah.
That's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food. So just like with the soup, the magic ingredient here is water. All of these vegetables are going to be about 90% water.
Right.
So that when you add them into a stew or a soup or a dish like this with noodles, you're bringing the energy density down, so the calories per gram is lower and you can eat more.
That's a real surprise to me, actually. Do you know what?
It's a change to hear that you can eat more, isn't it?
So by choosing foods with a high water content, I can eat bigger portions for the same amount of calories, which will keep me feeling fuller for longer. So why not just drink a pint of water with every meal? Coming up after the break, I find out why the water in my tumbler don't work like in order.
See why the wellies came in now.
Back to energy drinks. I've been to the Amazon rainforest in search of guarana and discovered its energy-boosting secret.
So guarana contains caffeine.
I've come to Coventry University to meet Dr. Mike Duncan, who's done lots of research on how energy drinks affect performance in sport.
Ah, hello.
Hello.
Kate.
Mike.
So now you've got lots of powders of your own. I
Yep.
brought you some powder all the
Okay.
way from the Amazon, from the rainforest, guarana.
OK.
So in the rainforest, they mix this stuff with water, drink it, and it gives them an energy boost, a little hit. But here, when you look at energy drinks in the shop, they've got loads of stuff in there. It's not just guarana in there. So what do those all do?
The scientific literature, certainly for the majority of those ingredients, is far from conclusive. We don't know really that they have a great effect. But we probably have sufficient evidence for caffeine and sugar. If we mix caffeine and sugar together, we are likely to get a synergistic effect. So if we were looking at, say, athletic performance, that's going to probably have some kind of improvement.
And by synergistic,
That they work together to augment each other's effect.
combine them, and that is greater
The
than the
effect would be
sum of
greater.
the parts.
Yes.
Right, OK,
Then-
that's interesting.
99% of commercial products out there use caffeine, sugar, and then some other ingredients, and they call it an energy matrix. They use the same base for their matrix, and they just add things into it.
In most energy drinks, exotic-sounding ingredients like guarana and ginseng are added in tiny amounts. For instance, guarana often only accounts for 0.002% of a 500 millilitre can.
Why are all the manufacturers adding them in? I mean, they must cost a bit of money. Why are they even bothering?
Potentially to make that particular product different from another product that's available commercially.
They coined the phrase energy matrix. It's these things with,
Plus some other
sprinkling
things.
of these things. So what we're interested in is these two.
The sugar will give you increased blood glucose, which enables you to have an increase in energy. The caffeine acts as a central nervous system stimulant, which then allied with that increased blood glucose can improve various facets of physical and cognitive performance.
To illustrate just how energy drinks could influence my sports performance, we're going to put them to the test. First, my resting heart rate and blood pressure is taken.
We start with a couple of simple cognitive tests.
Then my normal response times without caffeine or sugar are measured.
Right, I'm getting in the zone.
Next, Mike tests how I gauge speed and distance.
Close.
I've got to press the button when I think the red light is going to hit the white bar. I've completed the task with 95% accuracy. Now let's see what this stuff can do.
This is an energy drink, off the shelf.
Down it.
Down it.
It's a 500 millilitre standard size energy drink that you can buy from any supermarket. Drinks labelled sports drinks do not usually contain caffeine.
The same again.
Same again.
Based on my BMI, Mike has calculated that I need to take 2 of these bad boys to get optimum effect.
Wow.
OK. I feel very alert. I think I'm going to ace this.
We'll see. We'll see.
Done.
Here we go.
Boom! 3 out of 4. I've just got it again.
I complete the test with 100% accuracy. Incredible.
I feel very energised.
OK, good, I think. Maybe.
This is the third one.
Third one.
Right.
It's a lot of sugar. That's an awful lot of sugar.
Now, number 3. I've now downed 1.5 litres of this rocket fuel. I've just figured out that that is 27 teaspoons of sugar and the equivalent of almost 7 espressos.
I just feel really jumpy. Right.
And here we go again. How much more accurate can I be? Results time.
It's quite hard to stay still, Mike.
Your response rate is still good, 98%. Still better than baseline.
But slightly slower.
Slightly slower.
So there's basically a peak.
Yeah.
And then if you drink beyond that, there's a threshold, and then if you drink any more, it no longer helps you, and in fact, you start to see a decline.
Yeah, you start to come down a performance curve.
So my performance definitely improved after 2 drinks, but after 3, I started to lose my winning edge. But drinking that much comes with a big health warning.
One of the large cans of energy drink that you've consumed would be just under half your recommended daily amount of sugar. So having 3, you've gone way over your recommended daily amount of sugar.
It's a lot of sugar, isn't it? A lot of sugar.
There's some health complications with caffeine if you consume a lot of it.
Well, in a nutshell for me, I think I'll be steering clear of them.
So energy drinks can give you a boost, but I don't like the sound of all that caffeine and sugar. So I'm going to see if I can find a natural alternative to give me a G-up in the gym.
That is absolutely delicious.
I've decided energy drinks don't agree with me, and I've heard a lot of talk about the bounce you get from beetroot juice. Could this be the natural alternative to maximise my workouts?
I bought some beetroot juice, and it talks about the power of beetroot.
Don't think it gives you superhuman powers or anything like that.
It's good to take when you get back from the gym, or if I've been wrestling with my partner Matt, you know, it gives you that kind of boost. There's something in it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what the power of beetroot is.
Neither do I. It turns out we don't actually know either.
So it's a no from you as well?
There are a lot of claims out there saying beetroot has the power to help you exercise harder and longer.
So I've come to meet a professor of sports science. Now, this chap goes by the name of Andi Beetroot on Twitter, so he's clearly very into the stuff.
Professor Andy Jones has asked me to meet him at the Exeter University pool, where the rugby club's training session is in full flow.
Morning, chaps. How tall are you?
6'7".
You're 6'7". 6'7". Look. Hello, you must be Andy.
That's right, yeah.
Hey.
Nice to see you.
Andy Beetroot, yeah?
That's the one.
You are big into beetroot.
Yeah, I quite like it. This is the student rugby team. Beetroot juice is a sort of supplement that might actually enable them to train harder for longer.
So have any of these beefy boys benefited from the beetroot in their diet?
I'm not here to look at their muscles. I'm here to have a serious conversation about beetroot and its performance enhancements. So have any of you ever used beetroot for performance?
Yeah.
And how does it help you?
Just if you want more energy when I'm swimming the pool, go for longer distances, work a lot harder.
And you really notice the effects of it?
Yeah, no, 100%, especially when you've been taking it for a while, it helps a lot.
Have you ever used it?
Yeah, once. I didn't notice any difference particularly because it was after a game and I've only used it once.
Right, so you took the beetroot shot after a game?
Oh, yeah.
Mate, you've got to take it before. What is it about beetroot?
Well, beetroot is one of the vegetables that contains a lot of nitrate, and we've been researching the physiological effects of nitrate and how it influences sports performance. When you ingest it into the body, you process it and convert it into nitrite, and then the nitrite can subsequently be changed into nitric oxide in the body, and we know that nitric oxide is very important in causing blood vessels to dilate, therefore directing more oxygen to our muscles.
For this guy swimming right now, if he's had a couple of shots of beetroot, will he get to that end of the pool quicker?
Yeah, potentially. If he's trying to swim a given distance, then with the beetroot juice he should go a little bit faster. Alternatively, he'd be able to swim at the same speed for a little bit longer.
That is the difference between making the podium or not, isn't it?
If you're an elite athlete, that can make a very big difference between winning a gold medal or not even making the final.
Oh my word! Is this down to beetroot?
No.
Whatever you're doing, with or without beetroot, it's working.
do beetroots get the nitrates from? I want to get to the root of the matter, so I've come to Cambridgeshire to meet Will Shakeshaft, one of the country's biggest beetroot growers.
Look at that. Beetroot as far as the eye can see. How you doing?
All right, are you?
Nice to meet you.
And you?
Look at that. I love beetroot. Yeah, I love it so much, I would just sink my teeth into that and have a bite. That would be okay, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That is absolutely delicious. You can almost taste the vitamins.
Yep.
So now, how do you get the nitrates into the beetroot?
So what we're fortunate for here in the Fens is it's built up as such a nice high organic matter soil. So it holds nutrients, it holds nitrates, it holds phosphate and that type of stuff.
So the nitrates, they start in the soil.
Yep.
How do they then get into the beetroot?
So the roots themselves pull the nitrates out of the soil.
So how far do those roots go?
The root will go about 1 metre deep, all the way down, down, down and down. So they're constantly drawing on the nutrients in the soil.
So this, what we're seeing here, is just the tip of the iceberg. These roots, when this was in the ground, could literally go pretty much, well...
Everywhere.
To there.
Yeah. And they'll go this way as well as down, so they just go in all directions.
Gosh, it's a proper network.
Yeah.
Beetroot aren't the only nitrate-rich veg. Spinach and rocket are also winners, but not as good for juicing. Later, I will loan my body to science and look for the boom in beetroot.
Back to soup. I've learnt that soup is a really good food to eat if you want to stay fuller for longer. But what if I don't fancy soup? I've had an idea. I'm meeting a scientist to see if my theory holds any water.
Miriam?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Now, Miriam, this is all very odd, but I want to know, can I just drink a big old glass of water before I eat my meal, and that's going to keep me fuller for longer?
Well, let's just take a look here and we'll see.
Miriam has prepared a meal in 3 different forms. A roast chicken dinner, a watery soup with chunks of the meal, a soup blended from the meal, and a glass of squash.
What I want you to do is tell me which one do you think is the most filling?
What's going to fill me up more? Well, it looks substantial. There's a lot of spuds on there. There's a big old hefty piece of meat. That's going to fill me up. This, I think, it's quite thick. It looks like it'd be a bit more substantial than that, although there's bits in it. But it's a bit watery, but not as watery as just a glass of squash.
OK, well, actually, the smooth soup is the most filling.
Really? I'm very surprised, actually.
The chunky soup?
No. Not even the chicken dinner. Where is that coming? Is that coming?
Thanks, don't worry.
Here, presumably. And so I was right about the squash. But really, these two will keep me fuller for longer.
Yep.
That's fascinating, and the opposite of what I expected. So why is the blended soup more filling than the chunky soup and the chicken dinner?
Loads of studies have already shown that it is more filling, but nobody's really explained why. So what we did was we measured what's called gastric emptying.
Gastric emptying? And that's where your stomach just gets rid of everything.
So how fast the food empties from the stomach into the small intestine.
OK.
Cue another experiment, and this time with rubber chickens and pillows for stomachs, to show how soup versus food and water travel through the digestive system.
So the solid meal has gone in.
OK, that's a lot of chicken. We don't need him. Right.
And this represents the water.
OK, ready?
Not really.
You ready for this? OK, this is my glass of water. You can see why the wellies came in now.
The water goes straight to the stomach.
So my chicken's still in there, and the water's just going through. Exactly. Does it get more scientific than this? I ask you. So essentially, it's normal size. It's got the solid chicken mass in it.
Yeah, and everything else has gone into the small intestine.
OK, fine. So we done with this?
We're done with this.
Beautiful. Right, let's move on.
Now for the chicken soup.
Oh my God.
And you can see now. OK, that's enough.
Is that enough? Is that enough? Right. OK, give me your hand. Right, OK, so that's our smooth soup, and that's the stomach.
And you can see only small amounts are going through into the small intestine.
Right, so the stomach is kind of extended and very full.
It's great if people are on a diet because it can keep them fuller, essentially, for longer.
Should we go and clear up, go and get a drink?
Yeah, sounds good.
Next up, gluten-free. We've all gone gluten-free mad. In the last 5 years, the number of products on the shelves has doubled. But is it just a diet fad?
Seems to me that gluten-free products are everywhere, so I've come to Camden to the Gluten-Free Festival to find out why people are going for the gluten-free option.
what do you imagine gluten is?
When I hear the word gluten, I hear fat.
So if you wanted to lose weight then yourself, say you're going to do some training and you've got a gluten-free product or a standard product, which one would you go for?
The gluten-free.
And do you think food products that are gluten-free have less additives, less sugar, less fat?
Less fat, probably less sugar.
I prefer gluten-free stuff, if I'm honest.
Do you suffer from intolerance?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I do, but I prefer to not have it.
Why do you think it's bad for you?
I don't know, because it makes people ill, doesn't it?
Right.
People have got strong opinions about it. But what is gluten and why are we trying to avoid it?
Hi there, I'm Jimmy.
Ian, hello.
To get the gen on gluten, I'm going to ask nutritionist Ian Marber.
What is the problem with gluten? It seems to be everywhere now, almost like it's an epidemic.
It is. In fact, if the amount of people who thought they were gluten intolerant really were, then this really would be an epidemic. Gluten actually is a protein that's found in wheat, barley and rye, and probably the best thing to do is show you what it looks like. So I'm going to show you its consistency and also show you how sort of glutinous it is. So, here's your bowl. First thing to do, pour some of that in there.
We're going to get the evil gluten out of this flour,
we're going to separate the starch out. So get some water, and you've got a nice job here of kneading.
So are we making just like a bread dough?
Yeah, more or less. But what will happen actually is the action of the water and the action of actually kneading it separates the starch from the proteins.
And then water on, is it?
Water, yep. And so we're effectively going to rinse this, and we're going to have to do that several times. And then you'll see, obviously, the water will go white. That's the starch being removed. And what we'll be left with is the gluten.
In bread making, gluten is crucial. It works with yeast to make your loaf rise and gives it its springy consistency.
So rinsed and rinsed and rinsed and kneaded and kneaded and kneaded. It's getting very, very elasticated.
That's exactly what we're looking for. So what we've got here actually is pure gluten. Now, it's 75% protein. So in some cultures, it's called seitan, and actually it replaces protein sources just like tofu might. So you might have this instead of chicken, fish, meat, for instance. So it's a really rich source of protein, and it's valued in different cultures.
Wow, that's incredible. So people that are experiencing lots of bloating after eating foods, it might not be the gluten that's the problem.
For some people, actually causes a problem if you have celiac disease. For other people who don't have celiac disease but have food sensitivities, it's being highlighted as being the main problem, when in fact that's completely misleading. There is absolutely no conclusive evidence to show that gluten causes problems in otherwise healthy people.
Coming up, I'm off to find out about celiac disease and the real damage gluten can cause.
Back to gluten. I've discovered it's the stuff that gives our bread some bounce. And at 75% protein, it can be a great thing to have in our diet.
In some cultures, you might have this instead of chicken, fish, meat, for instance.
So why is it often cast as the villain? Matt is off to find out.
So let's leave Jimmy now in his natty little pinny and get to the real nitty-gritty of what gluten is really guilty of.
I've come to Sheffield to meet Professor Sanders, a gastroenterologist and renowned specialist in celiac disease, an autoimmune condition caused by gluten.
Professor? Hi, Matt. Nice to meet you. Professor, what are the symptoms then of gluten intolerance or celiac disease?
Okay, I think for celiac disease you may have typically things like diarrhea, gastrointestinal or gut symptoms, weight loss, anemia, a low blood count. What happens is you eat gluten, which is present in wheat, barley and rye, and this causes your own immune system to damage your small bowel. This is a true disease and not an intolerance.
Hello, Gemma. Nice to meet you.
Gemma was diagnosed with celiac disease 2 years ago. Today she's come to undergo a gastroscopy. Professor Sanders uses a camera to examine Gemma's small bowel and take a biopsy in order to monitor her condition. A normal small bowel has hair-like villi on the surface which absorb nutrients from food as they pass. However, in celiac disease, the immune system releases antibodies against gluten. The antibodies mistakenly attack these villi, flattening them and preventing nutrient absorption.
How you doing?
Been better.
How long after you ingested some wheat would you start feeling the effects?
I tend to get stomach discomforts shortly after.
Really?
Yeah, sharp pains, nausea, vomiting.
So it seems that celiac disease is a very different thing to being gluten intolerant, which are often, I think, lumped together.
Sure. The critical thing is if you have symptoms when you eat gluten, It's absolutely essential that you do not put yourself onto a gluten-free diet.
You don't?
You shouldn't do that.
And why is that?
You must go and see your family doctor.
Okay.
And have tests for celiac disease. Exclude celiac disease first.
You wouldn't say, okay, if you're feeling a bit unwell, just lay off the gluten.
No, it's a significant change to your life. Gluten is ubiquitous. It's in lots of things you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah.
It's used as a binding agent. So what you're talking about there is virtually changing the way you eat for the rest of your life, for every single meal.
Only 1% of the population actually suffer from celiac disease and has to eat gluten-free food. But that hasn't stopped many of us buying it and causing an explosion of expensive products on the shelves. Back to nutritionist Ian Marber.
So if you're not a celiac, but you eat these products, they've got to be better for you, haven't they?
Not necessarily. No, they're simply the same, but they don't contain gluten. And obviously we expect them to have a similar consistency, so things are added like gums to give them that sort of gooey consistency. It's not a terrible thing, but in fact they may actually be taking in more fat, more sugar, without necessarily realising it. But let's give you an example. We've got some almond slices here. If you look at the fat content of this, that's 17.4 per 100 grams.
I'm 24.3
so you've got
grams
more
of fat
in a gluten-free product. Now, if you're celiac, you're going to make that sacrifice because it's really important you don't have gluten. If you're not celiac and you're simply choosing that because you think it's overall healthier for some vague reason, it's not.
You're just getting more fat.
You're just getting more fat unnecessarily.
Often, more sugars and fats are added to replicate the function of gluten. We looked at a wide range of like-for-like products, and the majority contained more calories.
If we look at the bagels, for instance, we've got both of these are cinnamon and raisin. The fat content of the gluten-free one is 6.2 per 100.
And mine's 1.6 grams.
So more fat.
That's incredible because a lot of people out there are choosing a gluten-free option thinking it's going to be better for them.
Yes, and it's not necessarily.
So the advice is to get yourself checked out before you go gluten-free.
Back to beetroot. I got up close and personal with the Exeter University rugby team.
Oh my word!
And found out that it's the nitrate in the beetroot that can improve our physical performance. I want to put purple power to the test. So sports scientist Andi has brought me along to his lab to see if drinking concentrated beetroot juice increases my endurance.
So what are we going to do?
You're going to take some beetroot juice today, and it will either be normal nitrate-containing beetroot juice or beetroot juice that's had the nitrate removed from it, so it's a placebo. And we're going to put you on an exercise bike, and we're going to exercise you to exhaustion.
They won't taste any different? Or...
No, they should look, smell, taste exactly the same. We'll take the A's today, so drink 2 of those, and then get changed into your exercise kit, and we'll see you back here in a couple of hours' time.
So it takes a couple of hours to get going?
Because the nitrate in there needs to be converted into nitrite in your body.
Each of these bottles contains around 6 medium-sized beets, but I don't know if this one is the real deal or the placebo.
So I've drunk my beetroots, or placebo, who knows? And now I've just got to wait 2 hours.
That's right.
Lovely. OK, well, I'm going to go and get my pea kit on.
OK.
Great. I'll see you in a bit.
OK, bye.
2 hours later, and I'm raring to go.
We're going to get a mask on you so that we can measure your gas exchange during exercise, because you'll be going to exhaustion and we'll be able to measure your maximum oxygen uptake. So your job is just to go for as long as you can.
Andi and his team are testing how long I can cycle at a constant speed of 80 reps a minute. So it's me against the clock. And the resistance is increasing bit by bit.
Focus on that 80 RPM, that's good.
Until it feels like I'm puffing up a steep hill.
Keep going, come on. Come on,
Kate, bring it back.
On top of this,
good.
On top of this, Still got it, come on.
Back up.
Keep going.
Okay, that's it, well done, good job.
Take that out.
Oh, you gotta get it off me, quick.
Well done.
I lasted 10.5 minutes and I'm exhausted.
So
I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, try again tomorrow. Hopefully you won't be too tired after this test.
Next morning, and I'm heading back for more punishment.
Bottoms up.
And it's time to get back in the saddle.
OK, so ready for round 2? I think I feel pretty much the same, but either way, basically, I don't know whether I had the nitrate yesterday or today, so...
Well, we'll see.
The rules are the same, 80 reps for as long as possible.
Don't let that shift now. Just keep turning the legs.
But is today's beetroot going to take me further or leave me flagging?
Keep going. That's great. Keep going. Excellent. You're still over 80. You can go a bit more, yeah. Come on, Kate. Okay, good job.
One more blood sample. Okay, that was easier today.
Was it?
I didn't feel it until really the last 30 seconds. But yesterday, it's like the last 2-3 minutes were tough.
And the results seem to agree with me.
You went about 30 seconds longer, so an additional 8 watts. Yesterday you did 210 watts. Today you did 218 watts.
So more work, I was putting in more effort and I went for a longer time.
Yeah.
It's a definite improvement on the day before, but is it down to the nitrates in my beetroot?
So you took substance B today, didn't you?
Yeah. B for beetroot.
B is for beetroot, yeah. So,
oh, look at that. So what, A is...
A is placebo, which is what you took yesterday.
B is for beetroot. Interesting. So what kind of percentage improvement is that?
That is about a 4% improvement in your performance, which is consistent with what we've shown in some other studies using this type of exercise.
4%?
Yeah.
That's
good.
Incredible.
You did very well.
4% and just from a little bit of beetroot juice.
It's pretty amazing stuff.